Let's talk about the SH Figuarts One Piece line. Hit the intro. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today I would like to discuss the SH Figuarts One Piece line, as I mentioned not too long ago. So back in about 2014, Tamashii Nations jumped into One Piece pretty early. This is way before it really blew up. They only made 4 figures in the line, which were Luffy, Nami, Sanji, and Ace. And after they just cut off the line because it obviously wasn't selling the way they hoped. I did own all of the Straw Hats, just I didn't have Ace, and they were okay figures for their time. I think Sanji was the best out of all of them. They were just older figures and obviously didn't have the same excellent engineering their figures have today. And for years, going on about a decade, we didn't have SH Figuarts One Piece figures, and us collectors have been asking and asking constantly for Tamashii Nations to bring back the line, which they finally did. So before Tamashii Nations came back with SH Figuarts One Piece figures a few years back, we did get some 6-inch scale figures from Bandai America, but no Figuarts. Bandai America did take advantage of a great opportunity to make such 6-inch scale One Piece figures, since no other company was making them. Personally, I don't really collect the Bandai America figures, but I know a lot of collectors do, and as of today, they do have an okay amount of One Piece characters in their line, from Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Chopper, Shanks, Ace, and Law, and I think that's all they have as of right now. There was also the Variable Action Heroes line, but that was more of a 7-inch, 8-inch scale line, but they did make great articulated One Piece figures. These did release way before the 6-inch Bandai America figures, so technically they were the only articulated One Piece line around at that time. But they randomly, stopped out of nowhere, and then they would make an announcement for a figure, and then they'd stop for a year or two, and then announce another figure or two. But as of now, there's nothing coming out from Variable Action Heroes with One Piece figures. So if you were or are collecting that line, you're just waiting for new releases that really never happen, and as of right now, you're just sitting there waiting for new releases. I believe their last few figures they made was a 2.0 Law, which was a really good figure, and then they made both Luffy and Zoro the Wano versions. And as of now, there's nothing new set for release. It seems like they're still trying to release figures here and there to keep the line sort of alive, but they go a year or two without giving us anything, which is why I stopped collecting that line. They haven't announced anything since the Wano version Luffy and Zoro, so now the line is back up in the air if it'll continue or not. You just don't know with Mega House. They did make a decent amount of characters in their line too, but they've never completed the Straw Hats when they were so close to completing them. They just had to make Frankie, Brook, and Jinbei, and you'd be able to complete the Straw Hats. So as of now, in the middle of 2023, there is no articulated One Piece figure line that has made every Straw Hat member. So hopefully with the restart of the SH Figuarts One Piece line, we can actually have the entire Straw Hat crew on our displays. Please make it happen. When it comes to the One Piece figures, companies do like to release 1 or 2 Straw Hats at a time. Then they make 1 or 2 non-Straw Hat characters, like Mihawk or Shanks or Law. But by the time a company gets close to making all the Straw Hats, the line gets canceled, and we never hear or see any more figures from that company. So, a question for all of you. Do you think we will finally be able to get the entire Straw Hat pirate crew in action figure form with SH Figuarts? Let me know in the comments. So as of now with SH Figuarts, we will have Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, and supposedly there was a Nami leak, which I have not seen yet. I just heard from a few collectors. So if we're counting that Nami, that's 4 Straw Hats. Then all we need is Usopp, Robin, Chopper, Frankie, Brooke, and Jinbei, then we will have the entire Straw Hat crew, which I hope we get. So we are almost halfway there. We just need to really support the line if you want the entire Straw Hat Pirates in 6-inch articulated form, which I believe it can happen because this line can be as big as the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line, and same with their Naruto line. The SH Figuarts Naruto line can be just as big as the Dragon Ball line as well. We as collectors just need to fully support these lines. But continuing with One Piece here, back when Tamashii Nations originally made the line in 2014, this was during like the Enies lobby arc, and One Piece was nowhere near as huge and popular as it is today. So I do have a lot of confidence in this new One Piece line, plus they started it off with a bang, hitting us with Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, the monster trio, and now Yamato. They also recently revealed Kaido and 5th Gear Luffy. I believe Nami will be one of the next reveals. Then we'll probably get a non-Straw Hat character like Sabo or King or even Pineapple Head, aka Marco the Phoenix. That's what Luffy calls him, Pineapple Head, which I'm sure all of you know that. Now, to me, this line has so much potential that it's leaking out of the figures. Since I put a break on going crazy collecting the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures, because that line is doing more than fantastic, I'm going to focus more on collecting their One Piece line and Naruto line, because those two lines really need to continue and grow to a level the Dragon Ball line is at. And at the moment, those two lines need my support over the Dragon Ball line. And Tamashii Nations can definitely do it, as long as we have great articulation, detail, and a nice chunk of accessories with each release. Then they'll be able to reel in collectors like how they did with the Dragon Ball line when it first started out. Notice that each One Piece figure we have lined up for release comes with an extra faceplate for Luffy, which is awesome, but I do know that will also irritate some collectors. But think about it. It's a new line and they're trying to get us to buy each release. So I completely understand why they're doing that. It's annoying that they did that with the superhero version of Gohan, because the Dragon Ball line does not need help to sell figures. The line sells incredibly well and will always sell well because it's Dragon Ball. So seeing Tamashii Nations include an extra accessory with each character for now for Luffy, I'm perfectly fine with that. And same with the Naruto line. If you notice, Orochimaru comes with an extra faceplate for Sasuke, while Obito comes with a faceplate for Naruto. So they're doing the same thing with both of these newer lines. So continuing on here, how do I think the figures look as of now from the promo images to the on-display pictures? I think everything as of right now looks great. I was a little worried about Yamato's dress type piece because I thought it was going to restrict some of her leg articulation, but it doesn't look that way once I saw the promotional pictures of her. I mean, she looks great. Her scaling is on point and the accuracy is also on point, so I know she's going to be an awesome figure. And then she also does come with an extra faceplate for Luffy. I think the regular version of Luffy also looks great, and it does have a very similar look to the Variable Action Heroes Monkey D. Luffy, which is good because the VAH Luffy is an amazing figure. But definitely would have loved to see an Armament hockey arm or leg that you can swap out, but maybe future releases will be included with those. Also, stretchy limbs would have been great too, but it doesn't look like we'll get those, and what's weird is their old Luffy from the original line did have a stretchy arm accessory that you can swap out, so I don't know why they didn't include one with this version of Luffy, because that was a really cool accessory with that older Luffy. Besides that, everything else looks great from the articulation to the detail. Now for Zoro, this was another that kind of worried me a little bit with the same issue I thought Yamato was going to have with Zoro's lower portion of his robe. I'm not sure if it's going to be articulated like the Variable Action Hero Zoro or if it won't be. But from the promo pics for Zoro, it doesn't look like it'll be an issue. I just don't know if it's going to be articulated. But the figure does look incredible. It looks just like Zoro, and we get all of his current 3 swords for his 3 sword style. Now, for Sanji, he looks great. They made every character look super accurate. Love that Sanji has the cigarette with some of the faces, and one of his hands has it. Also love that he has the interchangeable leg that's on fire. I can't really tell if the fire on his leg is translucent, which I hope it is, because flame or fire effects always look so much better when they have that translucent look to it. But I did notice there's a ball hinge on the ankle area, so you can articulate that flame leg, which is awesome, and I actually didn't notice that before. Next, we have Kaido, and we haven't gotten promo pics yet besides just the one, but we have seen plenty of images of him on display, and he really does look amazing. And I cannot wait for Kaido to release. The detail alone with him makes it worth the purchase. Not sure on what accessories he'll be included with yet, and not sure on how good his articulation will be, but Tamashii Nations usually can work in some good articulation with bigger or bulky characters, but as of now, Kaido does look great. And last here, we have the most recent reveal, which is the 5th gear Luffy. Can't say too much about this one either because we haven't gotten promo pics yet, so I'm not entirely sure what accessories he's going to have, but it does look like his limbs might possibly have bendy wire in them, and I'm sure he'll have interchangeable arms and legs. The detail looks great, and his articulation should be very similar to the regular Luffy. So yeah, as of now, the line is looking fantastic, and they're making them pretty similar to their Dragon Ball and Naruto line, and both those lines are kick arse, especially the Naruto line. Love what they've been doing with all the current releases. So anyway, that is my video talking about the SH Figuarts One Piece line and where I believe it can go just as long as the line does well, which I'm sure it will. I also really hope that we can complete the entire Straw Hat crew in this line. We need to have that happen. We need to. As of now, as I'm recording this, none of the figures have released yet, but I know they'll be solid releases, and some will probably be on some collectors' favorite figures of 2023 list, and possibly their 2024 list as well. And like I said, there is just too much potential in this line. This could be one of Tamashii Nation's biggest figure lines next to their Dragon Ball line. But let me know in the comments which figures you pre-ordered or ordered, depending on when you watch this video. And also let me know which characters you want to see next in the line, or what characters you think they should make in order to keep the line above water so it can continue sailing. You see what I did there? For the characters I want, I definitely want to see Shanks, Mihawk, Jinbei, Robin, Frankie, all the Straw Hats. Would also love to see Smoker, Pineapple Head, Lucci, and older Kobe, and I could just go on and on. There's so many characters in One Piece. Now for characters I think they should make to grow the line into another Dragon Ball type line is, and this is no particular order, Ace, Law, all the Straw Hats, Shanks, Blackbeard, Doflamingo, Sabo, Mihawk, and a bunch of others. But if I were them, I would go by the most popular lists or polls that they make for us collectors. So that is the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, I will catch you on the next episode of Daredevil 19, and I will also see you guys later. I'll probably do an Naruto figure arts video like this as well.